In today's video, I am going to be breaking down VJ Edgecomb and what he does really well on the basketball court and some of the explosive plays that he has when it comes to being in an NCAA D1 game. He is going to be one phenomenal NBA player, so let's get down. Let's check out what he does really well so that we can try and copy what he does to become better ourselves. Really quickly, make sure to go check out the shooting workout that is down in the description below if you want to be able to shoot the ball from further away. Okay, so what we are going to be watching at first is what he does on this left 45 or this left wing. Because what he does is actually very good. So as soon as he catches this ball, he essentially catches on 2 feet. Let's face it, it's really hard for a referee to be able to see that that foot is a few inches off the ground. There's so many things he has to look at. He needs to be able to look at a lot. So this essentially is catching on 2 feet, and even though this would have been his pivot foot and he started his dribble going out towards that way, which means that he lifted his pivot foot before starting a dribble, you're allowed to do that because he was on the move. When he goes for this drive, so many coaches, even myself, I'll say, just plow through that defender's shoulder, but sometimes if that defender turns to run, you may just want to angle out just a bit to give yourself a little bit better of an angle as long as you're a bit faster. You're going to be able to do this also by getting your shoulders lower than the defenders. That is part of it also. And then by the time he gets past his man, he keeps that ball in a low gather so that he keeps his body in between the ball and, of course, the defender. Makes it really hard to be able to steal the ball from him, and he was able to then finish with 2 hands above the rim. He was also able to do this because he should be scanning the court. I am most likely assuming that he is able to scan the court because right now there is a defender down here who should be in help and is not. This man is, of course, sprinting up because his man as well is sprinting up because there's no communication, this guy not being in help. This guy is not dropping, which means that this whole left side is wide open. And you need to be able to take advantage of that every single time. That's exactly what we see here. This guy should have been in help. He should have been in drop. He should have been in drop. But that is not what happened here. And that left the wide open dunk for VJ Edgecomb. Now this is actually a massively underrated skill, what we see right here. So as soon as he catches that ball, he has his head up. He's scanning the court. He notices that there is a lane open right here. He needs to be able to take that lane. Even though you're early in the shot clock, if you can get that ball into the paint early by attacking the basket, you are going to make your coach very happy because by attacking the paint early, you are going to be collapsing the defense, which means that there's going to be opportunities out on the perimeter for your teammates to be able to potentially attack again if you kick it out, or for that open 3-point shot. As soon as he catches that ball, he attacks 2 dribbles. Now, this is an underrated skill that not many players do these days, and if you have the vertical, you need to be able to do this every single time. He goes up for the dunk. Now, he's not going to dunk it with 2 hands from here with a guy who is going out in front to try and take that charge. Why he's going up for that dunk is to make that defender remove himself from the situation so that now VJ Edgecomb is able to just lay it up at the rim. If you attack hard, you will be removing defenders, especially if you can actually get up and dunk. Now, this is actually a really nice move that I seen him do in this game, and I really wanted to show it. So after he gets this pin down screen, he receives that ball in the wing. Now, if he attacks this man, that's going to put him in a situation where who does he guard? Does he guard here or does he guard the ball? So this is essentially a 2-on-1 situation. I'm going to put it into slow motion because what we see is actually phenomenal. This guy could have stretched the floor if he could shoot because this guy is sprinting in and his main defender was in the middle of the key. So he did have the opportunity to get himself an open 3. This would have been a kick out and it would have been still fantastic. But VJ Edgecomb was able to get that ball into the middle of the key by going for a jump stop, landing essentially on 2 feet at once. Now he actually times this really well. Again, he could have made that pass here, but he times this really well. He actually goes 1-2. By planting this foot first and then his left foot second, that's giving him momentum towards the rim. This is very, very important if you are trying to do a move like this or trying to attack the rim off of 2 feet. Because by going 1-2 with the footwork, and if we can actually look closely, Look at where that toe is pointing. It is pointing towards the rim because he is about to go towards the rim. Your lead foot has to point where you want to go. So after coming to this jump stop, he goes and jumps again and lays it up. Now, normally what you would see is after this player gets into the middle of the key, they'll go for a jump stop, they'll do a shot fake, and then they'll step through. But VJ Edgecomb is so explosive, and that's why I titled the video this. He is so explosive that he can go from a 2-foot jump stop without even having to pause, without having to take a step through, and still be able to jump in the direction, changing direction, going from this direction towards the middle of the key, then going laterally towards the basket off of 2 feet. This is a very hard move to be able to do, and I just might have to teach this to a few players that I coach. So what I'm trying to get to is if you can become explosive like VJ Edgecomb, there's a lot of opportunity to be able to score at the rim. I hope that these tips help you. Make sure to go check out my jump training book that is down in the description below. But also, if you want to be able to shoot the ball from further away, make sure to go check out the shooting workout that is down in the description below as well. I'll see you guys again in my next video.